and me and Robbie were bullshitting, and he asked me what I got in my gym bag. So I figured, I don't know, we just maybe talk about what I keep in my gym bag, and I got latest issue of MD, of course. Good thing my flex mag's not in here. No, I'm just kidding, I don't have one. I just keep, my crap for my workout, my post-workout stuff, my aminos, my glutamine, my straps. I'm gonna need those in a little bit. I think me and Derek are gonna do some deadlifts. I've got some old pairs of socks. I don't know why those are in here. Bottle of water, shaker, broken license plate bracket for my truck. I don't know why that's in here either. And that's really it. Nothing that exciting. Just crap for my post-workout. And
hey, what's up? This is Derek Poundstone,
and this is Evan Centopani. We're down here in New Haven today. As a lot of you guys got to see last week, I went up to Derek's gym in Waterbury and kind of hung with Derek and went through one of his workouts and kind of got to try some different things, for some chest training. And, we were saying, oh, it'd be cool if maybe next week Derek come down to my gym, check it out. And so we're here today. We decided to do some back. And, before we get into it, I know Derek and I, we both kind of just want to talk about, a lot of people I saw last week were like, why is Evan doing floor presses? That's stupid. That's, bodybuilders shouldn't do that. And look, it was just something I tried as part of Derek's training. I'm going to be honest, I don't know if it's something I would do every week as part of, a normal bodybuilding routine, but I was sore the next day. So it has to have some value. And we really didn't do many sets. So, it's something that, I believe, when bodybuilders, kind of take notes from power lifters or from strongmen or from anybody really, there's things that carry over that can benefit, and vice versa. We all have things that could benefit each other.
All right, so just to add upon what Evan said, obviously in any professional sport, you have to learn a sort of new way of doing things, or else we would just stagnate and would never get better as athletes. So, and even to further, I guess, prove that, our next sort of little segment that we train together is going to be some sort of buys, tries workout. And there what we're going to do is, it's basically going to be a full-blown bodybuilding type workout, which is what I've been doing my whole life for arms. It's probably the most neglected body part for a strongman, second to chest. So we're going to sort of show how you have to be very well-rounded as a professional athlete in general. And so we're going to take a little bit of both worlds, doing a little bit of strongman, a little bit of powerlifting, some bodybuilding. And this is the whole point of these little series, is to show how you can try new things and become strong, bigger, and improve upon yourself.
As you're going to see in this workout, I typically don't train that heavy. It was just maybe a month ago, a friend of mine came up here with a 20-year-old kid who is trying to get into strongman. He does some powerlifting, and a kid was moving some serious weight. We were deadlifting, out of fear of not wanting to be shown up by this 20-year-old. I decided I gotta up the weight a little bit. So I've never even gone above 5 plates on a deadlift before. So I put on 6 plates and got some reps for it. As you're gonna see in this workout, training with a freaking behemoth like Derek. Seeing the kind of weight that he moves, it kind of, inspires you. All right, let me try and move some more weight. And granted, this is bodybuilding, it's not powerlifting or strongman, but, still to move some big weight for a day. I guarantee you tomorrow, my back's gonna be torn apart. And even more importantly, it's gonna inspire me in the future. I'm gonna know, okay, I moved X amount of weight. It's gonna push me in my next workouts, knowing that that's something that I can do. You kind of break through a plateau.
All right, so as you see, Evan and I were obviously just doing deadlifts, a little bit of different style. Evan's used to pulling out of the rack. Obviously has great technique, which is, I'm not gonna say it surprises me, but it's cool to see that a guy that, is more working on his physique that's still got perfect technique. So I know there's a ton of potential to hit a lot of big numbers on there. And obviously today hits to 675, which was perfect form, no hitch, no background, nothing like that. So that was pretty cool. And then what I did is I'm pulling off the 100-pound plates. They're about 1.5 inches off the ground. And towards the end, we're loading up the chains. The whole point of that is I'm mimicking the Arnold Classic, the Hummer Tire deadlift, where it's a 12-foot bar, big wheels, a lot of weight. We go up over 1,100, well, around 1,100 pounds is the max pull on that. I'm usually just under 1,000 pounds with that pull. So it's about a mid-shin pull, so it's about 4 inches, 3 inches off the ground, 3 inches higher than a regular deadlift. The pull here is about 11 inches, maybe a little bit less, 10.5 inches what I was pulling from. You got to mix it up a little bit, and we threw the chains in there the last 2 sets to increase the resistance, to mimic the bar bending. So my first set, we started with 765 without the chains, threw the chains on, did a set double with that, and then the last set, as you're going to see, is a little heavier, went up to 845 plus the chains. Total resistance with the chains was about 80 pounds.
At the beginning of the session, Derek and I, we got on the topic of talking about, wearing a belt for training, and over the past, guys have worn belts for how many years, whether powerlifters or bodybuilders. And Derek said to me, do you think that, guys who wear belts on a regular basis have a greater likelihood of having a distended stomach? Because you're when you're straining, you're pushing out on the belt, and I thought that made a lot of sense. A lot of people would tell you the opposite, that wearing a belt will actually help keep your waist small. I don't know that I believe that. I think actually what Derek said made a lot of sense. You have that belt there, so you're kind of you're pushing out on it, and it probably can't be good, for your waistline. I don't know, because I've never owned a belt and I never felt comfortable wearing one, so I never push out on my stomach when I train. Well, maybe a little bit, but not probably like I would if I wore a belt. But I mean, obviously, if you're a power lifter, you're a strongman, I'm sure it's to your advantage to use it for some extra stability and support. But I mean, I don't want anybody to get bent out of shape, but this is just my opinion, and what Derek's gonna offer is just his opinion. Neither one of us are doctors. Neither one of us has can produce a study showing that wearing a belt over time will give you a bigger waist or vice versa. This is just what makes sense to to him or I. But obviously you guys, it's up to you to develop what makes sense to you.
Hey, so to add upon what Evan was saying, we're not doctors, but we are professionals. We know what we're doing. I think the big thing is, this is a conversation we're just having, just BSing in the gym, just trying to figure out what works best for each other. I noticed Evan wasn't wearing a belt. Big, strong guy, doesn't have a ton of distension, doesn't have a big belly. Me, on the other hand, I have real wide hips, real thick belly, but I wear a belt, obviously, to push against. Again, these are just observations we have. It's not like we're, again, doctors, but we are professionals. We do this for a living.
You guys are going to see in this video, Derek and I, we deadlift together in the beginning, and then we go on, and I'll finish with more of a standard bodybuilding type workout, and Derek actually goes on to front squat, which is just nuts. Because I think I'd fall apart if I squatted after his heavy deadlifts. But Derek has his own style. We both, here we have a common movement where we're both deadlift, but we both incorporate it differently. Some weeks I'll deadlift last in my workout because I feel like it ties together everything. Some weeks I'll do it first, like today, because I want to put forth some extra energy and power into moving some bigger weight, and we both use it to our in our own specific ways. Typically, I will usually deadlift once a week, whether I do it for back or for hamstrings. It's usually in there once a week. I mean, will I go as heavy as I do today? If I feel like it, then yeah, but probably not. Not always. It depends on how I'm feeling. It depends on what exercises maybe I want to prioritize.